I hope everybody's having a great Fat Tuesday. I don't really participate in Mardi Gras, but I do participate in eating. So anyway, it's Fat Tuesday. That means you're supposed to indulge today and eat all your luscious things you wouldn't normally eat maybe, and then you give those up for Lent. I'm not Catholic, so I don't really do Lent, but I do understand the need to give up things that you indulge in. So anyway, I hope everyone's having a lovely Tuesday today, whether you're watching this live or later. Both ways, I love that you watch it, and I appreciate all the conversation at the beginning. I was watching how you all are talking to each other, and I just love that. Like I said, I know I've said this in the past, but I really enjoy that. That's something different that you don't, get on Facebook Live. And so I really love doing live on YouTube. My hair looks a little frazzled, doesn't it? It's super windy outside, and always before I start my live video, I take my two little chihuahuas outside, because if I don't, we'll be in the middle of our video, even though it's only like 30 minutes. And Rosie baby here, she'll be whining at me wanting to go outside. That girl goes out every 15 minutes. Well, she would if I would let her. I don't let her. But I feel like my hair is like all frazzled everywhere. Do you like my earrings? Aren't those cute? My daughter made these. She called them the sunshine earrings. And she did them as a fundraiser to help raise money for my grandson to get, in marching bands, really expensive. And he's trying out again this year. I hope he does. It was so much fun. But if you want this pattern, you can find it on Ravelry. Just put in sunshine earrings. It's Callie's Clips and Crochet Creations on Ravelry. Anyway. Antoinette says, I'm not Catholic either, but I'm in the heart of Cajun land, so we have Mardi Gras all year round. I had some fun Mardi Gras glasses that I bought a few years ago, and I was going to put on some beads, but I can't find those glasses. I don't know what I did with them. When you move, I probably tossed them or something. But anyway, we have a lot to do today. My whole desk, again, is just covered in lots of things we need to do, okay? So, first of all, we need to clink in. I wish I had a Mardi Gras cup. That would be fun. But I'm using my cup I got last week at the Pioneer Woman Mercantile. Isn't that gorgeous? Did I show you all the back of it? It's just beautiful. Makes me want to start doing some planting. Clinkety, clink, clink, and clink. And again, if you don't know what that means, we're just saying we're here, clinking in. It's just a fun thing I started, and I just love it. I don't know if other YouTube channels do it, but we do, and it's fun. Alrighty, so I did want to show you. Remember last week I opened the surprise box from the Okie girl. I said she's north of me. What I meant was I'm north of her. She's in southern Oklahoma, not me. I'm like right in the center outside of Oklahoma City. But anyway, I opened up the box, and when you got the surprise box, you got the pattern for the unicorn doll. And so I stitched it up. Isn't it super cute? Oh, her curl's crooked. There we go. Isn't that super cute? Look at her mane and her little tail. Now, this pattern was only available if you bought the surprise box. But the Okie Girl Blingin' Things, and you can find the link to that in last week's video. She has another unicorn that's similar to this. I think it's a little bit bigger, if I'm not mistaken. That you can make a unicorn with. And if you want to find her, the easiest way I found her was to go to YouTube. We're on YouTube. Go up in that little circle that looks like a magnifying glass and put in Okie Girl Bling and then a capital N and Things. She has a lot of really nice YouTube videos, but also she has all her tabs where you can find all her patterns, okay? Isn't that just adorable? I just love how it turned out. My granddaughter Zoe has already claimed her. She named her, I think she named her Plum. I can't remember. Plummy, I think. Anyway, I wanted to show you that I told you I would make it, and I whipped it up. The pattern doesn't call for the tail, but I felt like a unicorn needed a tail, so I just made a shorter curl from all of these and added it for her tail. I mean, a unicorn needs a tail, right? So anyway, I wanted to show you that. I'm going to set that down there. And let's get straight to business of the giveaway. After the giveaway, I'm going to show you all the neat things, not all of them, some of the neat things that I purchased at the Mercantile of the Pioneer Woman, okay? But before we do that, let's click over to this camera. This is the giveaway for February that I'm going to announce the winner of today, all right? The winner's going to receive these 4 balls of Willow Quiver yarn. These 2 are shiitake mushroom. These 2 are, let me see, I can't remember the name. Ripe raspberry. And then you're also going to receive one of our black zipper bags. Oh, I think I might have left the autofocus on there. Sorry about that. One of our black canvas zipper bags. These are our new bags. I sold through all the ones that I have. I ordered some more in, and I sewed through those, and I just got in another 15. So don't worry if you want one in black. I've got it. Anyway, so we're going to announce the winner of that. Now, just a reminder, never, ever, 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 I'm looking right into the camera, ever, ever, put your email address or your shipping address in any public comments, YouTube, Facebook, anywhere. Don't do it. That's how they get your spam. That's how they spam you, is they get your email address or your shipping address and they find you. Okay, so don't ever do that. If you're the winner, you go to my web page, which you can find that link underneath this video. I think it just says web page. It might not. It might say Posh Pooch Designs web page. Either way, click that link. There's a little tab that says contact us. Hit that tab and it'll shoot an email right to me. If you don't want to do it that way, you can contact me through the Posh Pooch Designs Facebook page and send me a message. Don't try to contact me on my personal Facebook page or anywhere else because I just don't see those. With my personal one on Facebook, unless we're friends, I won't see your email because that's personal for me and my friends. I try to keep my business and my personal separate. Okay? So, are you ready for the winner? Where's my drum roll? Okay. And the winner is, you ready? Danette White. I was looking to see if your name came up in the early, but I didn't see your name. Danettete. Isn't that a pretty name? Danette White. White. Now, if you know her or you see her comment, tell her she won. And Danette, if you see this video now or later, shoot me an email or a message and we'll get that right out to you. Okay? Congratulations! Ah! I love giving away stuff. It's just so much fun. And I also want to remind you, the last person that won last month did not let me know they got their package. So if you won for the month of January, shoot me an email. Let me know you got your package, okay? Alrighty. Now, let's talk about my trip to the Mercantile. Now, some of you knew or didn't know, but I had a birthday. I'm 60 now. And don't worry, I don't feel old at all. And so my husband decided, well, we partied all weekend, last weekend. Not this weekend, but last weekend. And on Friday, he decided to take me on a surprise trip to Pawhuska, Oklahoma. It was about a 3-hour drive. We made it a little longer than it needed to be. We even took the dogs with us. We had a great time. And we went to the Mercantile. And one of the neat things that I noticed about Pawhuska's downtown is all the things that the Pioneer Woman has built down there has brought new life to that downtown. And now it's a really neat shopping area. They have, of course, the Mercantile, bakery, coffee shop, restaurant. They have a boarding house where you can stay. I mean, it's just they've bought even more of it. They're what do you call that? Updating it, remodeling. That's the word I'm looking for. Remodeling all of it, and we're gonna go back when it's finished. And I want to see if I can take a tour of their ranch. If you have to plan that way in advance. So I'm gonna check into all of that because I think that would just be so much fun. I love her cooking shows, and even during COVID when they were doing them, I just find her so real. Maybe it's because I'm an Okie and she's an Okie. I don't know. But I did really, really find how real that she was, and I loved it. Okay, so I told y'all I purchased this beautiful cup. And I'm going to tell you, I expected when we went into the Mercantile that the prices were going to be higher than what you find at Walmart and other places. But they weren't. Not at all. I was very impressed with the prices. I do wish they would have had a lot more clothes in there, but because they're remodeling, they've got a lot of stuff kind of crammed in a smaller spot until they can get it remodeled and reopened. But let me click to my other camera here. I purchased this. This is a warmer. It has a light inside, and I'm going to show it to you. Isn't that beautiful? I purchased this, and I just love it. It looks like watercolor. Okay, and of course it's by Pioneer Woman. And you just put that on there. And then I purchased these. They had a whole bunch of different flavors of these. And what you do, these are the wax melts. That's the one I melted in here was a red one. And then here's a green one. And you just set that, isn't that pretty? It's like a little rose. This one is called, it's so small. Hang on a second. Frosted Rosemary, it looks like. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, it smells good. This one here, the red one, is called Red Mango Mandarin. It smells like a fruit salad, but it's a little bit more perfumey. It's so good. I am one of these people who really, really loves to have my scent burner burning all the time. And these are just two of the flavors, but I loved this one just because I really, really loved the container that it came in. They're metal containers. And these were only $5 a piece. Okay? That is super cheap. And I think this was $24. And you can't even buy that at Walmart for $24. I mean, warmers like this. And this, I should have plugged this in, but I didn't. But it has 3 settings. And I put it on the lowest setting. Yes, there's an online shop for the Mercantile, Dawn. Just go put Pioneer Woman Mercantile and the shop will come right up. And you can buy any of these things in her online shop. All right, but the main thing I wanted to show you, I purchased some other things too. But the main thing I wanted to show you is this. This is a crochet kit. And you can see it's a little bit shiny, but it's a crochet kit for a towel with a topper. Okay, this was $15, and I'm going to show you everything inside of it. All right, I already looked at it. I was very impressed. Okay, it has 9 pieces, and you think, well, what could the 9 pieces be, right? All right, so I'm going to pull this out. All right, so first of all, here's the pamphlet, and it has the pattern and how you make the topper on there. I like it because it's nice, big, clear instructions. I don't think there's anything on the other side. No, it's completely clear. And it has the pattern for the topper and the rose. Okay? That's kind of shiny. So here's the towel. It's beautiful. And I'm going to make this. And what you do, it's a big towel, by the way. See how big this is? And when you make this, you cut it in half so you can make 2 towels. All right? I'm going to set that there. That's absolutely beautiful. It sends you enough cotton yarn that is a light 3 to make 2. And then it sends you all of these things. The crochet hook is a 7, which is a 4.5 crochet hook. It just says a 7. Okay? Let me show you. See? Crochet hook, size 7, 4.5 millimeter. A 7 hook is not one you see very often. And it has a nice rubbery handle on it, so it's very comfortable. And it's a boy style, the kind that I like. Now, if you like the other kind, that's okay. I just prefer this style. It also gives you 2 wooden buttons with butterflies on them. Can you see that? There we go. It gives you the thread you need to start your edge, and then it also gives you get this open, the needle. And this needle is not for weaving in your ends. It's when you begin, you start with that blanket stitch, and it shows you how to, and this is for sewing and hemming up the edge of your towel so it doesn't ravel. So it gives you everything that you need to make 2 towels. And that is all for $15. The other thing is I bought the red one because, excuse me, I have a lot of red in my kitchen. And it is a little bit of a country red, not quite country red, but that's okay. Because I have a lot of these other colors in there also in my kitchen, but I mostly go with red. But you can get, they also have a teal, a bright yellow, and a blue. I was trying to think, what was the other color? And a blue, if you prefer other colors. Okay? Now, I did not see this particular kit anywhere except in the Mercantile. Okay? So, I do have a lot of the Pioneer Woman things. When we bought our new house, I basically had a blank slate. If you remember, those of you who did the walkthrough through my house, and you can, if you haven't seen it, you can go on YouTube and look for the walkthrough. I have just a plain white and black, it's almost like a charcoal black kitchen. And then I have the black and white backsplash. And I loved it, but I wanted to incorporate bright colors. And so I've incorporated a lot of the country red. A lot of you sent me some items that you made, and we have those in the kitchen. But and then I bought several of the Pioneer Woman items that were mostly red. Like I have a big utensil container that has red on it, and a lot of it has this trim like this. See that edge is kind of a country trim, and this is a country red, and I like that. And I have the red set of pots and pans. I have several casserole dishes that, like, you know, my birthday was just here, so I got some of them too for my birthday. And so, and I also, which is kind of interesting, I did buy, my hair's still driving me crazy, sorry, from the wind. But I also got a utensil set to go in the utensil container, and just a couple of bowls and odds and end things. And I also have found a few pieces at Goodwill. Because, you know, I like to go, those of you who know me, you know, I go to Goodwill occasionally because my sister and I collect Frankoma pottery. Frankoma pottery is made in Sapulpa, Oklahoma, and they stopped making it for a while, and they're getting, I think this spring, I think they're getting ready to reopen the factory, and we collect the old stuff, and I don't have a lot of pieces, but when I do find one, it's a lot of fun. My sister Gina, on the other hand, has an amazing collection of Frankoma pottery. And if you don't know what it is, you can look it up online. It's Frankoma, kind of goes with Frank, Oklahoma. That's why they named it that. And his name was Frank. So anyway, long story, you can look up the history. But anyway, so I always look when I go into Goodwill, and I go to Salvation Army and other thrift stores occasionally and look for Frankoma pottery, but I've started looking for Pioneer Woman things because I have found a few. I found a butter dish that still had the plastic wrapper on it for like $1.99, and it matched my kitchen stuff. So you can find some good bargains at Goodwill as well. And I've also found yarn there. If you guys like to look at Goodwills and Salvation Armies for crafts and yarn, you can find it sometimes. But the problem is I have found that they like to price it a little too high, in my opinion, at Goodwill for yarn and Salvation Army both. And there's another thrift store here, I can't remember what it's called, that I've gone in a couple of times, but I've never seen yarn there. Anyway, I wanted to show you this because I thought it was a really neat thing. And this is my project for this week. I am going to make my 2 towels. And I've been trying to find some more Pioneer Woman towels, but the two Walmarts that carry them in my area have both been out. Her stuff is so popular down here in Oklahoma. You've got to get it or it's gone. I even got a ironing board cover for my ironing board because I had the same one for 10 years. So anyway, I just thought that was the neatest thing. It gives you the pattern and everything in there. And lots of information. And even the crochet hook. And I was really impressed the fact that it was a 7, which is a 4.5 millimeter. Because you just don't see those. I have one that I got in an old tulip set of crochet hooks. And the truth of the matter is I could not find one. And I bought the set for the 7. So just getting that 7 is a really big deal. So anyway, if you're ever, you can go online to thepioneerwoman.com and there is a link to her shop. You can also buy a lot of Pioneer Woman things at walmart.com. And they also, one of the neat things about the walmart.com is they will remember what you looked at and you can see when it goes on sale. Okay, but like I said, between the Mercantile and Walmart, the prices are relatively the same, you know. Jolene says she's had the same ironing board cover for 30 years. You know, mine's probably older than 10 years. But before my husband retired, I ironed 6 to 7 of his shirts a week. And I haven't had to iron in months. And so I pulled it out and I was like, ew. I was ironing my blouse for Sunday for church, and I was like, I need a new ironing board cover. I took it off, and I had another one underneath, so I must have just put that new one right on top. Anyway, that's too much information, isn't it? Okay, so let's talk about what happened this week at Posh Pooch Designs with patterns. And I'm going to grab this. On Friday, we made the 4-leaf clover pot holder. This is a double thick pot holder, and it's perfect for setting things on. But don't use this to pick up things because it has holes and you'll burn your finger. The purpose of this is more like a trivet. Yeah, more like a trivet. I can remember if that was what it was called, where you can set hot things on it. Okay, and I just thought it was super fun to make. And the thing is, these squares, if you just make one, it makes a nice coaster. You can put them together and make a table runner, a bag. You can add one to a hat, make a whole bunch and make a scarf. It's just a fun square, and I made it into a really fun hot pad that we can hang up to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Someone asked me the other day if I had Irish in me. I'm telling you, I have so many different things in me. We found out the last couple years that we have Native American in us, and we have British, we have, I don't know what all, German, I don't care. I'll celebrate all the holidays. I mean, Cinco de Mayo, I'm Mexican. St. Patrick's Day, I'm Irish. I mean, I don't care. If it means I can have a really good Mexican meal or a really good Irish meal, I am that nationality that day. So anyway, the other thing we did is these hats. I put them on my mannequin so you could see them. This is our Scrap Happy Bucket hat. Okay, and you can see they're both bright and colorful, but they're different because I just used up all my scraps. Okay, so what I did is I pulled out, let me show you my tin here. I've already got another project going in there, so let me pull it out. I put a bunch of my small balls of yarn in this tin, and I just grabbed one, and when that one was done, I brought in the next color, and I just kept going with the pattern. It's a super easy double crochet pattern, except for the band right here is single crochet. You do 3 rows of single crochet, and I like to do that because it helps the next couple rows because you're flaring it out to make that bucket look. And by putting those rows of single crochet, it gives it a firm foundation sort of for around to hold that brim. And it's a super easy pattern. And you can use any. Oh, I thought her saying something. She said that it happened. Sorry, I missed it. Anyway, moving right along. You can use any yarns you want to. If you want to make the hat all in cotton, medium weight number 4, you can. then it's perfect for summer weather. If you want to make it all in acrylic, you can. Medium weight number 4, of course. You can even make it in wool, but remember, when you wash wool, it felts. Okay, now Friday, you notice there's no embellishments on these hats. Friday, I'm going to show you how to make this fun, and this is all in one color. It's a 3-tier flower. We're going to show you how to make this, but we're going to use our scrap yarns so that we can add it to a hat. You can put it on your sweater. You can just wear it in your hair. Maybe make some big old earrings. It's just a fun, scrap happy, 3-layered flower. Oh my goodness. I must have wrote this pattern probably 20 years ago. Maybe even more. I used to submit my patterns to, what is the magazine? I can't remember. Family Circle. Many moons ago. I did all kinds of contests and things. It was a lot of fun. And this is one of the patterns that I sent in. Unfortunately, this one was rejected because they said it was too complicated because it needed to be a beginner pattern. But it's really a super easy pattern. It's just, it's 3 layers, and so you have to work on the back side. Don't worry, it's not hard, and I'll show you exactly how to do it. I still feel like my hair's all crazy because of that wind. Anyway, that's what we did this week. Now, I do want to tell you, we did our this and that question, and the this and that question had to do with craft sales. And do you do them? Do you like them? What's been your experience? And I really learned a lot off of those comments. And that's why they're so important. When you see the this and that questions, it helps you give your opinion, but it also helps others learn from your experiences. You know, things that sell well at craft sales or things that don't. And remember, that's all area. You know, you may price something a certain price in your area, but maybe in Oklahoma it's not the same, but in Washington State it is. And so those things are good to learn. There might be people from those same states. And like I said in the video, I have not done craft sales in about 12 years, actually. I used to have my items in several craft stores. When we lived in Tulsa, I had my items in several stores in Broken Arrow. There used to be, I think it was called Faded Rose, and then there were a couple. There was one that was like right across the street from a Walmart, and it did really well there. And then I was in a couple of, one of them was a pet daycare, and then a couple of groomer stores. I used to have a lot of my items in those stores. It was a lot of work. And then I would do craft sales on the weekends, and oh my goodness, it was exhausting. And so when we moved to Colorado, I told my husband, I'm not doing this anymore. It was just too much. It was fun. You got to meet a lot of people that are like-minded, that love crochet. And then you got to meet a lot of people that had no idea about crochet and were very impressed with it. And of course, there were those people that thought, that's just an old lady thing. But it's okay. It's an old lady thing and a young lady thing and a young guy thing. Because crochet's for everybody. I mean, kids to adults, men, women, boys, and girls. Like I always say, if I could teach my dogs to crochet, I would. I think everyone should crochet. Mostly because it's just so therapeutic and healing. But anyway, it's a good idea to read those comments because you really can learn from other people on that. But having said that, we're going to deviate away from the this and that questions for a couple of weeks. And that's because my husband and I were talking, and we're going to do this little series called Where's Sara? They're short videos again, but what I'm going to do, and I already have one ready for tomorrow, what I did this weekend. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to craft and yarn stores or places you buy yarn and check them out for you. Okay? I'm going to go to, one of the things that made me so sad, I'm going to have to just be honest with you here. When I used to come back and visit my daughter, we would go to several little neighborhood yarn stores. Well, unfortunately, those are gone. There was one of them I just loved. Every time we were here, we would go to that one. My daughter and I would go, and it is gone. And it made me so sad. It was the neatest store. It really was. She did yarn classes, knitting and crochet classes, tons of yarns you'd never seen before, but it's gone. So, and it made me really sad because that's kind of what I had in mind. And then my husband's like, well, what we're going to do is we're just going to look online. We're going to find a craft store that weekend, and then we're going to go and check it out. And so this last weekend, I went to a store I've never been to before, and I'm going to tell you what I found and what I didn't find and what I thought of that store. And so I'm calling it, Where is Sara This Week, or Where is Sara Today, or Where is Sara? And it's really kind of fun, and I had a lot of fun. And one of the funniest things is when you're snapping pictures and video and things, people look at you like, what is she doing? Why is she taking a picture of yarn? So it's kind of fun too. So anyway, I have 6 different ones in mind. My nose just started running, sorry. I have 6 different places in mind that I'm going to go. And if I find more of them, I'll go. And I'm going to be looking for them. So like I said, I've got one that's scheduled for tomorrow. And so you can let me know if you like it or if you're interested in that sort of thing. And they're short videos. They're not long videos, you know, because I don't want to take an hour looking at every single skein of yarn or every single book or every single, you know, aisle of every single store, because I think that might be a little bit boring. I'm just going to give you the highlights. But I had a great time, and I'm looking forward to doing some more of these. But don't worry. We're gonna kind of go back and forth with the this and that. I may do, you know, some of these and then do some this and that questions and then go back and forth just to keep it fresh, you know, just to keep it lively and keep you interested. All right. But don't panic. It's going to all be, you know, crochet and yarn themed. Okay. I'm not going to go into a shoe store and show you new shoes. Unless they're made of yarn, that is. Maybe some crochet shoes. Wouldn't that be fun? I know. I'm telling you all, this is the way my brain works. And I've told you all this before. You can tell me hot pad. My brain goes to crochet. Then what color I'm going to make it in. Then what crochet hook I'm going to use. And then before long, I'm making a scarf, not a hot pad. My brain just goes 100 miles an hour constantly. And especially when you get me talking about yarn and crochet. Alrighty. Okay, so I think we've covered everything. If you've missed the live video and you're just checking in, don't panic. After the video is done rendering, it'll be on YouTube and you can go back and watch the beginning. If you're wondering if you won, you can go back and watch the beginning if you missed that. It'll always be there and you can tell me what you think. Okay, let me look through my notes, make sure I got everything I was going to talk about today. I know that was a lot of stuff to talk about. If I talk too fast, because I have this one lady that complains that I talk too fast all the time on my live videos, slow it down, and it'll make me talk really slow. Or you can just watch it again. Alrighty, so I'm going to let you go on that note. And again, I want to remind you all that I can't do this without you. So thank you for watching my videos. Go check out my playlist for all my tutorials. And just, again, thank you so much for being a part of my crochet family. All right, I'll see you next time.